The fourth challenge is improving supply chain visibility. Ang gusto ng customers, dapat matanggap nila yung products or items on time. Kaya dapat yung mga businesses dapat ma-deliver nila yung products and items on time. In order to have accurate on-time deliveries, businesses need to have full visibility on all aspects of the supply chain. Let's have an example. Kung meron mang shipments, dapat natatrack yan ng business. Bakit kailangang matrack ng business? Para alam ng businesses kung nasusunod ba yung prescribed route and schedule. Another example, in case of disruptions, dapat makatanggap ng notifications and alerts ang business. Kailangang makatanggap ng notifications and alerts ang business para magawan nila ng aksyon. Kasi kung hindi sila aware dun sa disruption, hindi sila makakagawa ng prompt action. No prompt action can be taken. Kung ang businesses nakakatanggap ng notifications and alerts in case of disruptions, dapat makatanggap din ng updates ang mga customers regarding the shipments. And aside from receiving updates, dapat natatrack din nila yung shipments. Pwede nilang matrack yung kanilang shipment or yung kanilang products na order on a web portal or an application. Moreover, businesses need to have visibility on the entire workflow in a warehouse. Magmula sa pag-receive ng inventory, sa pag-store ng inventory, sa order management and completion up to shipment. The fifth key challenge is supply chain finance. Before I discuss supply chain finance, let me give you an idea about the old-fashioned method of paying invoices, or the old method of paying invoices. The old method of paying invoices is very simple. Mag-o-order ang company ng goods sa supplier. Si supplier naman, i-deliver niya yung goods sa company. At mag-i-issue siya ngayon ng invoice. Of course, yung invoice, meron yang due date. Let's say, for example, kailangang mabayaran yan ng company within 30 days. So to comply with the due date, the company must pay the supplier within 30 days. So that is very simple, and that is the old method of paying invoices. Nowadays, meron ng iba't ibang methods para bayaran ng company ang suppliers. Isa na nga dito yung tinatawag natin na supply chain finance. And supply chain finance requires the help of banks and financiers. With the help of banks and financiers, companies take the initiative and suggest payment options to their suppliers, giving the companies more control over when and how they pay invoices. This scheme is most commonly known as supply chain finance. Ang supply chain finance, tinatawag din ito na reverse factoring. In supply chain finance, company hires a bank to make agreements with its suppliers. The suppliers act to choose exactly when they want to be paid the full amount of money they are owed. with payment dates as soon as 10 days after the products are delivered. Banks and financiers team up with technology groups which insert technology known as enterprise resource planning software into the accounting systems of their customers. The higher the credit rating of the company initiating the early payment scheme, the lower the fees charged to suppliers. And the earlier a supplier wants to be paid, the bigger the fee it must pay. Actually, gustong-gusto ng companies ang supply chain finance because it can allow them to stretch out formal payment terms to suppliers by giving the suppliers the option to get paid earlier. Ang risk pero dito sa supply chain finance is that yung mga companies, pwedeng i-abuse nila ang kanilang bargaining power. Supply chain finance is not fair when suppliers become reliant on selling products to companies and are forced into accepting their terms. Kung ikaw ay isang supplier ng companies, of course, magdi-deliver ka or magsusupply ka ng goods or products sa kanila, reliant ka doon sa companies na bumibili sa'yo, and nag-grow ka dahil sa mga companies na bumibili sa'yo, you are being constantly pressured to follow the way they are going. Meaning to say, you have to agree to their payment terms. Kailangan mong mag-agree sa payment terms. Take it or leave it, pero kailangan mo talagang mag-agree sa payment terms. The sixth key challenge is impact of the economy. Every aspect of the business, including logistics, is affected by the economic factors. Yung mga typical economic factors natin ay yung inflation, unemployment, consumer price index, base interest rates, and others. But it is worthy to talk about COVID-19 since COVID-19 is an economic issue. COVID-19 greatly affects the economy of the Philippines. Maraming mga businesses ang nagsara, maraming mga employees ang nawalan ng trabaho, maraming mga employees ang na-retrench kasi nga nagkaroon ng heavy losses ang mga companies or businesses. Ang pinaka-affected talaga is yung employment dito sa Philippines. May power of dismissal kasi ang mga employers sa mga employees. For example, nagkaroon sila ng heavy losses, pwede silang mag-retrench ng employees. Or under reasonable basis, pwede silang mag-retrench ng employees. Dahil yung mga businesses ay nagsara, yung mga businesses ay nag-retrench at nagkaroon ng heavy losses, affected talaga ang employment rate ng Philippines. Those employees who are also engaged in logistics are greatly affected since isa din sila dun sa mga nawalan ng trabaho. There are some restrictions sa pag-transport or pag-deliver ng products or goods. Mas lalong naging mahigpit ang government when it comes to the logistics. The seventh key challenge is driver shortage. Anywhere in the world, truck drivers have difficult and demanding jobs. With increased government regulations, companies tend to be more selective in recruitment. Of course, hindi lang sila basta-basta nag-hire, there should also be a screening process. Driving records are also scrutinized for traffic violations or inspection discrepancies. The eighth key challenge is government regulations. In the Philippines, everyone is free to establish a business, but the freedom in conducting a business is not absolute. The freedom in conducting a business is not absolute because meron pa ring government regulations, and the companies and the businesses should comply with these government laws and regulations. We know that government wields a tremendous power over shipments because shipments should be in compliance with the transportation laws and regulations. The ninth key challenge is sustainability. Sustainability refers to sustainable development or environmental sustainability. Sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It therefore follows that environmental sustainability is ensuring that in meeting our needs and engaging in activities, we must not cause damage to our environment or deplete resources that we can't renew. There is a considerable focus on reducing emissions, primarily due to anti-idling and emission reduction regulations by the government. Companies can comply by adopting route and load optimization, tracking and reporting emissions, upgrading engines, and choosing alternative fuels. The latest truck models come with the best engine performance, emission compliance, and much better mileage. The 10th key challenge is technology advancements. Adopting new and innovative technology solutions has become imperative for businesses. Given that labor is scarce, competition is intense, and customers have become more demanding, technology advancements can increase productivity by minimizing time, cost, and errors. Automation systems or data-driven software solutions such as advanced packaging labeling, warehouse sorting, etc. have become the need of the hour. Shipment tracking systems enable companies to monitor their shipments round the clock, get alerts and notifications, and set up customized reporting. Data analytics can help with improving customer experience, operational efficiency, and safety. Robotics and autonomous machinery have been adopted by some companies. These help in drastically cutting down time taken for order completion and delivery.